Welcome back to the podcast. I hope you are well and I hope you're having a beautiful day. It's a beautiful Mother's Day for me. Shout out to all the women in my life and people that play the mother role or the mum role for some families as well who don't have a mum present. So I just want to give some love to everyone that's played the mother role or the feminine role within any dynamic or relationship of kids or families or whatever it may be, and just sending love your way. Guys, going through how to build an online business, okay? Now, it does say service-based business, but this accounts for any business. And this, not just online businesses as well, but if you are specifically someone that wants to build an online business or is a coach, is a healer, is a mentor, is a guide, has some form of a service or gift that you can change lives with, and you want to build your business more or you just want to start your business, this video is going to help you massively. I'm going to touch on the mindset component of it today, but a lot of this is actually practical steps that you can go out and do today. One recommendation, I'm going to be sharing my screen. So if you have the ability to watch video, go do so. So YouTube, I think Spotify has it as well. I'm not sure about Apple Podcasts, but if you can watch the video, I would recommend it because I'm actually going to be sharing my screen and it will just make a little bit more sense. There's just a couple of visuals, not too many, but it will certainly help out for you, okay? So before we get started, if I can ask for a massive favor, if you can like the video, subscribe, I really appreciate it. It allows me to reach more people, impact more people, change more lives. So if you can take 5 seconds out of your day, that would be awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let's rip into the video. So first things first, I'm going to touch on the mental aspect because any success in any area of life is 80% mindset, 20% skill set. And most people get caught up with the strategies. They get caught up with the skills. Yes, you need to know the skills. You need to know how to market. You need to know how to sell. You need to know how to, onboard someone. You need to know how to build a system. You need to know how to actually build a process for your business. You need to know skills. You need to understand the art of communication. You need to know that. But if your mindset is not at a level that you're willing to do whatever it takes to find the strategies, because the strategies are out there. They're on a podcast like what you're listening to right now. They're in a book. They're through a course, through a mentor, through a YouTube video. The strategies are out there. But if your mindset is not resourceful enough to go find them and to actually execute on them consistently, to overcome the fear of failure, to not give a shit about people's opinions, to overcome your own self-doubt and your fear and your self-sabotage, then the skill sets will never get you there. You're driving a car with the handbrake on. You're putting in effort, but you keep fucking it up. You keep self-sabotaging. That's what happens when you focus too much on the skill sets and not on the mindset. So I'm just going to touch on the mindset. I've done heaps of videos on mindset before, but I just want to I'll just run through the big things that I would be working on if you want to have a successful business and a successful life as a whole. So I'm not going to rip into detail with these. I've got podcasts on all of these topics. So go watch my other podcasts on them. Just search my name and these topics. First things, you got to understand what your values are. What intrinsically lights you up? And most people have no clue what their values are. They think they do. They'll say they value honesty, loyalty, respect, integrity. None of those things I mentioned are people's highest values. None of them. It's a big conversation. Go watch my video on that or message me. I can help you determine your values. You want to understand what your purpose is. So what direction, what lights you up? What do you love? And so you can actually set goals and build a life in alignment with your purpose. What's your mission? What's your personal mission that you want to do in your lifetime? What's a big, hairy, audacious goal that you want to hit within your lifetime? And then vision. Vision is what's the vision for your life in the future once we've hit the mission? What does your family, your health, your relationship, your business, your impact, your travel, your experiences, what does your life look like? And I have a process where I take people through this literally step by step by step. So we do values first, purpose, mission, and then vision. Then I would encourage you, learn to process, learn to heal, learn to let go. If you are holding on to shit, energetically, you're attracting more of it. So I want to encourage you, again, I have a process. I do this day in, day out. Learn to heal, learn to process, learn to let go, learn to forgive, learn to work through your traumas, learn to work through your wounds, learn to move on and learn to be balanced and grateful and loving, because that changes the energy that you put out, and what you put out is what you attract back. So again, I'm not going into detail with that. I've got podcasts on that, but I would recommend you do that. And then the last mental and emotional tip that I'd give is just learn how to regulate your emotions. So if you're watching this podcast with me, I want you to take a big breath through your nose, and I want you to breathe all the way into the bottom of your belly. Go for 5 seconds. Do it with me now. Breathe in. And hold it. And let it out. Learning to do that when you're getting a little bit crazy, a little bit chaotic, a little bit stressed, a little bit frustrated, a little bit anxious, whatever it may be, just so you can navigate the stresses that business is certainly going to throw at you, your relationship's going to throw at you, and life is going to throw at you. So those are the mental foundations that you got to have. Now, just a disclaimer, some people make the excuse of saying, I don't know my purpose, so I'm not going to start a business. You start your business anyways. You figure it out as you go. My first business venture I did was network marketing. I started selling supplements. That's not my purpose. That doesn't light me up. That transitioned into franchises. I opened up franchise. I opened up three franchises, and I had a goal of doing 50, and that was all out of ego, and that wasn't authentic goals, and that wasn't my purpose. And then I kept doing work, working on myself, getting mentors, doing courses, doing the inner work, and then I got clear on my purpose, and now my business is totally in alignment with my purpose. So a good quote just to touch on that: when what you do is the fullest expression of who you are, you will do your life's best work. So don't use the excuse of, I don't know my purpose, for not taking action. Take action anyways. As long as it's directionally in the right direction, that's cool. And then you'll navigate it and you'll figure it out. You'll fine-tune things as you pursue it. Just don't make excuses. Get started and then work on the stuff as you go, because, again, you're driving a car with the handbrake on. Now, let's go through the practical steps. Now, before you build your business, what I would recommend you doing is get clear on your dream day. What does your dream day absolutely look like? What time do you choose to wake up? Do you wake up to an alarm? Do you wake up to the sun? And then what do you do when you first wake up? Do you meditate? Do you have breakfast with your kids? Do you go to the gym? Do you do a yoga session? What do you work straight away? And there's nothing wrong with that either. What do you choose to do? Then what do you do after you do that? When do you start to work? Do you want to work? Some people want to be beautiful stay-at-home mums. Awesome. Look after the kids, look after the home, look after yourself, go get a sauna, go get a massage. There's nothing wrong with that. Awesome. What does your dream day look like? I would assume that 99% of you don't want to wake up, start working straight away, work all throughout the day, finish and go to bed. Most people don't want to do that. They want to do things that are fulfilling to their values. That's why it's important to your values. So what does your dream day look like? Then what income level do you need to live that lifestyle? And the reason I'm telling or recommending that you guys do this is you need to, quote, need to understand where you're going so you can actually get there. And that's so simple. Like, how you jump in your car and you start driving and you got no address, where the hell are you going to end up? You don't know. And that's what most people do with their business. Well, what's the end outcome? What is your dream day? How much income do you need? And then from that, the step is, what business model is going to allow me to get there? I'll use some examples. I'm a coach. I love coaching. It lights me up. It's my highest value. It fulfills my soul, and I'm so grateful to be able to do it. So if someone hated being in front of a camera, if someone hated talking to people, if someone didn't enjoy coaching or mentoring or being a healer of some sort, then don't build a coaching business. That's the wrong business model. If you are someone who doesn't like taking big amounts of risk, then you might not want to go do particular franchises. Like to open up a McDonald's, it's like $1 million just to get started, and you've got to be working there for X amount of years. I don't think there's any available. That's a different conversation. But you want to make sure the business model that you're choosing is going to allow you to get the income, but also the lifestyle that you're after. And within that, to go a little bit deeper, this is what I do when I work with my clients, is you got two options in my opinion. You've got one, you can build a business which functions without you, where you'll obviously have some roles. So you have to check over the numbers. You might just play a leadership role. You might just meet with the leadership team once a week or something like that. And it's a vehicle that pays you while you don't sleep, or while you sleep, I should say. And then you can do whatever you want to every single day. I've been able to do that through the gym franchises. That's an example of doing that. You might build a network marketing business. You might build a franchise business. You might build an online, a drop shipping, an e-commerce business, and it might pay you, say, $5,000 a week, and you don't have to do too much actual work to do that. Beautiful. Then you can do whatever you want and just live life on your terms. Fantastic. The second option, which is like what I actually encourage people to do more so or consider doing, is find what you love, hence the purpose, hence the values. That's why we do that first. Is what do you love, and then build a business doing that. Because some people have this mirage that once you achieve X, Y, Z, then you'll do nothing. And you'll just kick back and watch Netflix and do nothing with your time. You'll get fucking bored. There's only so many rounds of golf. There's only so many cocktails. There's only so many beaches you can sit on until you're like, fuck, I'm bored. I want to do something. Because we all have a gift. We all have a purpose. And that's why I recommend, personally, you can do either or you can do both, is what do you love? Then how do you build a business doing that? That's what I think the true power is. So what's your dream day? What's your income that you need? Let's just use $5,000 a week. So you need to earn $5,000 a week to allow you to live that lifestyle. Fantastic. Now, what vehicle allows you to earn that type of income and also gives you the lifestyle, okay? So if you don't want to be in the operations of a business, then you're probably not going to build a personal brand business where you are the service. Like for me, I'm a coach. I am the product. So you probably won't build a business like that because it's not what you want. You probably want to look at doing a franchise because you can literally have systems, processes, you hire a team, you lead a team, and as long as you hit your KPIs and your sales, you're going to make money and you don't have to necessarily do all the work. So those are the options I'd be considering. I go into detail with this. I'm just giving you a big bird's eye view today. So from that, so you've got the dream day, you've got the income needed, you've got the vehicle. Okay, I've got a vehicle or a model that I'm going to build. And we're talking about online businesses today, so it may or may not be an online business. Then I want you to get clear on what is the problem that you're actually solving? How do you help people? So I'm actually going to share my screen now. So that's actually what we're going to go through next. So we're going to go through here. What is the problem that you're solving for people? This is a part of my course, by the way, for the people that are looking at it, is what is the undesirable state that people are in right now? What are their problems? Are they lacking confidence? Let's use health and fitness. You're a health and fitness coach. You help people be confident, lose weight. They have lots of energy. That's what you help them do. Now, where are they right now? What's the undesirable state that people are in that you help them with? So they might be anxious, they might be low energy, they might be overweight, they lack confidence, they lack self-worth. What problems do they have? What are their issues? What are their challenges that they're dealing with? Then what's their desired state? What's the end goal? What's the result that you're going to get them? They might be full of confidence, super energized, super happy, super healthy, super fit, etc., etc. Then what are your steps as a coach, as a facilitator, as a healer, as an expert? What are the main steps that you take those people through? Do they need to understand nutrition? Do they need to understand exercise? Do they need to work on their mindset? Do they need to have high levels of accountability? What does it look like? I recommend between 3 to 4 steps or pillars to get people there, because then you break those down into modules, which I'm about to get to in a second. So what's the problem you're solving? Can you actually help people with this problem? And I know that sounds simple and obvious, but some people actually don't do that. They say, I want to go help a business owner with XYZ, and they haven't even helped themselves with that yet. So you got to help yourself, and you got to help people, or you got to get some results that you can actually help people before you build a business doing it. So make sure you can actually help the people. And then just a third step on that, make sure they can afford what it is that you're wanting to sell them or help them with. Now, this might sound, depending on people's money beliefs, if I trigger any money shit in you, there's some healing for you to do and there's some work for you to do, is if you solve rich people's problems, you get to charge rich people prices. And again, there's no judgment or right or wrong with that, but I'll use an example. I'm really passionate about helping people mentally, emotionally heal through their shit, find their purpose, create a life on their terms. But because I wasn't clear on the people that I was helping, I was just kind of attracting a bit of everything. Some business owners, some people some fucking 15-year-olds, some 16-year-olds, some 18-year-olds, some 35-year-olds, some 50-year-olds. It was just a whole mixed bag of everything. And when you start a business, you generally just take whatever you can get and you'll just talk to everyone with a heartbeat and you'll try to help them, right? But I started to attract people that just had a lot of mental and emotional challenges, and that's awesome because I get to help them with that. But and again, I'm generalizing right now, and don't take this offensively for anyone listening to this. But those types of people I was attracting, they didn't really have money to invest into themselves. They were still at a point where they were just getting to like a baseline to go get a job. They were literally living off the government. They were homeless. They were jobless, and they didn't really have the type of income to invest into themselves. So it was quite challenging for me to actually build a business out of it. So what I've done through doing work on myself and working on my business is getting clearer what are the problems that I'm solving, mindset, leadership, into working on yourself, relationships, etc. And who are the people that I can help but also have the budget to invest. Because even though my products and services might not change too much, I've definitely tweaked them and make sure they're more targeted towards the people that I help now. But because I'm talking to people with the ability to invest into themselves with the money needed, I'm I'm making more sales. I'm helping more people. My business is growing. And that mental shift for me was huge. So instead of just trying to help everyone and anyone or just anyone that has problems, I would get clear on what's the problem you're solving and is that a market that actually can afford what you're doing? Do they have disposable income? If you're helping 15-year-olds that have no job, it's going to be very hard for you to sell something worth 2 grand, 3 grand, 5 grand, 10 grand. It's going to be very, very difficult. So I would recommend consider, yes, help people with shit you're passionate about, but make sure they've actually got the money to actually invest into themselves. Okay. So what's their undesirable state and what's their desired state? You're taking them from A to B. What's your formula to get there? Now, from there, I would go through here. The next step is you productize it. So you want to then package your service, your mindset, your whatever it is that you do, your frameworks. Because as a coach, as an expert, you will have frameworks or exercises or modules or things that you do to get people that result, right? How do you take them from the undesirable state to the desired state, right? Then you want to decide how do you want to deliver it? How do you want to productize it? Because this is the challenge of being an expert for a lot of people is your whole product is in your own head. There's no frameworks that you've listed out. There's no step by step. There's no XYZ. There's no do this, and get a result. It's just kind of, I'll just speak to them and make it happen. And that's awesome for one-on-one clients. But if you want to build a scalable business, you can't do one-on-one clients. There's only so many hours in the day and you're trading time for money. There's no lifestyle with that. Again, depending what you want. If your dream life is to wake up and just work most of the day or whatever hours you want to earn the income that you can earn, then go for it. Awesome, no judgment. But a lot of people want financial and time freedom. So with that being said, you probably need to build something that does scale beyond the hours of your time. So that's why I would recommend taking your magic sauce, whatever you do. Is it mindset? Is it healing? Is it breath work? Is it learning how to sell? Is it learning how to market? Is it learning how to play the piano? Is it learning, what's your magic sauce? How do you do it? Then break it down into those 3 to 4 pillars. What are the 3 to 4 big things you need to do to get someone a result? Then break those down into details, into the individual modules, into the individual exercises. And then I want you to decide, how are you going to deliver it? Are you going to run weekend events? I've tried that. I've done that. Are you going to run 10-week challenges? I've done that as well. Are you going to do one-on-one clients? I do currently do that. That's my high ticket option. Do you have online courses? That's what I do now. Do you have a low ticket option? That's another option as well. I have that as well. And what is the way you're going to deliver your product that fits in alignment with your business and your business goal, your dream day, and your income? Okay, you can do low ticket, you can do high ticket, you can do weekend events, you can do 6-week challenges, you can do 4-week challenges. You can do purely online courses with support. You can do one-on-one clients. You can do mini groups. There's so many ways you can do it. Figure out what works well for you. What I actually suggest doing is finding people who are doing what you want to be doing and find their business model, funnel hack them. So that for people that don't understand the term funnel hack, it's mainly come from Russell Brunson in the ClickFunnels world, but you go down someone's funnel, go through their intro offer, their core product, their offerings, see what they do so you can learn from them. Okay, what's included in their main product? They get weekly check-ins, fortnightly check-ins. They get a PDF, they get this, they get this, they get this. What's included, so you can start to actually understand what ways you can build it. Because when I first started building my online business, that I was just so confused. You could do low ticket, you could do monthly subscriptions, you could do weekend events, you can do 6-week challenge. Like, there's so many ways you can do it, and there's no right or wrong. It's tasting things and figuring out what you like, what you don't like. But it comes down to building it based on the end goal. That's why we want to understand the dream day and the income needed, and then work backwards from there. So, and then I would recommend doing this. Come up with an intro offer. For a lot of you guys, it's going to be some form of a opt-in, like a free PDF, like a free funnel, a free downloadable, something for them to download that they get for free, and it's just free value. It could be like a report, a PDF, 7 steps to this, 8 steps to this, whatever. Or it might be something like a free discovery session or free strategy call. I offer both of those. Then you want to come up with a core product. What is the core product for you that gets people, it's your bread and butter? How do you change lives? I would highly recommend making sure this one is not taking up too much of your time, because you won't be able to scale it too much. If it's your one-on-one clients and that's your only offer, you are going to be capped with the amount of impact you can make, the amount of money you can make, and the amount of lifestyle that you can have. So I'd highly recommend making sure that this core product you come up with is actually scalable. Whether it's a weekend event where you can have as many people jump on online or in person if you want to do it in person, whether it's 10-week challenges, 6-week challenges, 4-week challenges, whether it's a pure online course where all the modules, all the videos, all the exercises are pre-recorded and they can take their way through it and you check in with them. What I just said at the last option is what I do. High ticket, for me personally, I recommend, if you're a coach or an expert, I recommend one-on-one clients. Why? You want to always make sure you're sharpening the axe of you. You want to make sure you're always working on your skill set as an expert, as a leader, as a coach. So, and people value that one-on-one accountability and connection. So I would recommend having that personally. That's my just personal recommendation. Subscription offer, I would wait to do this one last in order. I would actually start with the high ticket. Make sure you build that out. Make sure you understand what you're going to charge. What are your options, payment terms, what's included. Then I'll build the core product and then the intro product, okay? So that's in order, and then subscription. So subscription is a very low price and it's a very low amount of effort. So they sign up, they pay a monthly or weekly subscription, and they get all this stuff that's pre-done for them. They don't get too much on top of that, depending on the business model that you're building. But it's the most amount of effort to get done up front, but then it's the least amount of effort to keep it going, okay? And you charge a very fractional price of it, okay? And then from there, guys, you literally build a marketing and sales funnel. You just start marketing, start selling. And then depending on the level of scale, if you want to hire someone to take sales calls, you want to hire people to do your marketing for you, you can do paid ads. Like, that's when the machine starts to build. But you got to get those first steps right. So I hope this made sense, guys. I'm literally in the trenches doing this right now. I've tried the low ticket, I've tried the 10-week challenges, I've tried the weekend events, and I've personally settled with high ticket. That's what I love, because there's heaps of benefits. They pay a high amount up front, so they value it more. They're going to follow through with it more. It's a good payday for yourself when you make those sales. You only need to make literally 2 sales a week, and you're doing pretty well. It's for me, it's very scalable. It's very awesome for the impact I'm making. And it's matching my dream life and my dream outcome. So that's working for me. So that's the process I'm doing. I'll be doing these videos again, more so to document for myself, but to share my learnings as I go through it, because I wish I had someone showing me how to do this when I was doing it. So guys, I hope this helped. I hope you got value from it. Send this to a coach that you know. Send this to someone that you think would get value from it. Comment below your takeaways, your questions. I respond to all of my comments. So if you've got any questions, holler at me. If you're someone that wants to work on themselves mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or the business aspect of you, hit down below. There's a free strategy session for you. I only do a couple per week, so they are very limited, and that's not some bullshit sales thing. I only have a certain amount of time. I do my strategy calls myself, so there's only so much time that I have on my calendar to do them. So jump in, reserve one for yourself if you're ready to grow and if you're ready and willing to invest into yourself. Look forward to connecting with you. I appreciate your time. I'll speak to you soon. See ya.